Welcome to the 2021 Women in Technology and Data Awards winners interviews. I have with me today Elena Rusakova, who is head of HR, that is human resources at Exactpro Systems, and she won the Wellness Work-Life Balance vendor category in this year's awards. So welcome, Elena, and congratulations on your win.
Hi, thank you. It's a pleasure to me to be on the list with all the winners, women who made such an incredible impact on the area and no doubt lead by example. So getting this award made this year International Women's Day very special for me personally.
Good, good. Well, thank you for joining us. Now, before we get into exactly how Exactpro promotes its a healthy work-life balance within the organization, perhaps you can tell me a little bit about what your role entails on a day-to-day basis.
Sure. Well, I would say that over the course of my career, there hasn't been a day that was like another. When I joined Exactpro, it was a fast-growing, promising startup, and my main focus was on recruiting, and also I needed to build everything process from the ground up.
Yes.
So after 4 years, in 2015, the company was acquired by London Stock Exchange Group, and I led the integration process. Together with my team, we implemented new corporate procedures in recruitment, talent and development, IT, HR operations, and many other areas, actually. Later in 2018, the company was bought by its management. Bought out. At this point, the main focus was on keeping the inherited practices that were like a good fit for us and rebuilding everything else.
Yes.
We could no longer to use the established LCG infrastructure, experience, and facilities. And after the buyout, we needed to create new processes and open new offices.
Yep.
So that's how we came to the idea to expand our operations in the UK, the US, and Georgia. And speaking of our Georgian office, we opened, this is actually the last office we opened, and it is currently quite fast growing. So a lot of my effort is put into that.
Yes.
And probably you know about 2020, it was the COVID pandemic, and that grabbed everyone's attention.
Yes.
Well, to sum up, the context has been constantly changing. But my key objective, as always, is to support the company in this rapidly changing environment.
Okay, good. All right. Well, let's continue on that theme about 2020 and COVID, etc. And so let's talk about Exactpro as a company and its wellness, work-life balance kind of strategy. Was that always in place? Was that always kind of an integral part of management's thinking, or did that come about as a result of the COVID pandemic?
Okay, yeah, sure. If you don't mind, I will give some context here, as I have some kind of view on the question and would be great to share with you.
Okay.
So our people work with complex DLT and AI-based systems and deliver high-quality software testing services to the clients, global mission-critical market infrastructures, and other financial institutions worldwide. Many of our clients are regulated entities, and they have a wide number of compliance obligations they must meet. It often requires related system changes. And what it means for us is that there is no way we can move the planned deadline, or and also it means that the work must be done with an outstanding level of quality, which sometimes requires overtime working. And what's more, at Exactpro, we strongly believe that there are no outstanding results without effort and hard work. This is kind of one perspective. Another perspective is that IT systems become more and more complex year after year. And our key objective is to create next generation testing tools that will have the logic, architecture, and capacity to perform the testing of such systems. And if we look into this situation, we will probably see that this is not a sprint, creating these testing tools and achieving our strategical objectives. It's even not a number of sprints, but it's more like a marathon. And actually, wellness and work-life balance are not about avoiding overworking and complexity per se. It's about the fact that not only we need to allocate time for resting, but also need to manage it. Like focus on a healthy lifestyle, and do the things we love. And when we have a balance in these areas, we have enough resources and energy to run our strategic marathon and increase the impact of our work. Well, and answering your question, from the very beginning, we have had a comprehensive health insurance plan in place. We offered co-paid sports memberships and monitored vacation schedules to make sure people take time off. But the COVID pandemic significantly changed the way we as a company think about wellness and what we do to manage it. Like one of the important things we are understood during 2020 is that wellness area doesn't exist separately from the company's other processes. It's strongly linked to their organizational habits, how well their internal processes are organized, how transparent the communication in the company is, and also on learning and development perspectives. So if all this works as a system, people feel more engaged and motivated, and the work itself gives them the resource and energy to grow professionally and personally. So the idea is that the wellness area includes not only particular wellness instruments, but it functions as a part of a larger system. And as a company, we have always invested our time and effort in all of the above mentioned areas.
Okay. Now, Elena, let's focus again on COVID, on the COVID pandemic. So, as a business, did Exactpro did it change any of its employment policies and or work practices as a result of the COVID pandemic and obviously all the stresses that it placed on its employees, so that they were able to maintain a healthy wellness stroke work-life balance? Were there any changes that that you implemented?
Yes, Victor. We made a lot of changes actually, and starting from 2020, we launched a number of projects to support our people during pandemic, and to support them, I mean, in terms of their physical and emotional state. To improve lifestyle and habits, we ran a number of sport challenges. We conducted online fitness classes where we did sports together, organized different socializing activities such as random coffee. This is as an example, it is kind of talks like 30-minute coffee meeting with a colleague where we talked about almost, I don't know, anything and everything.
Right.
Yes, and there were also thematic online group discussions. And I would say that we stayed together when we actually were on the different, when we were on the different parts of the planet. And I would say we became even closer.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's not all we did.
well, let me put this to you then, Elena.
Yes.
And let's talk a little bit about the business benefits of focusing on employees' wellness, work-life balance issues. As a business, is Exactpro, do you try to measure the business benefits of having a happy staff? And I suppose the corollary of that question, the next one is, in your opinion, is a happy staff a productive staff?
Well, our experience confirms that wellness and work-life balance are the crucial elements on productivity, workplace engagement, and also the quality of our work. Like every year, we like regularly we do engagement surveys and check the level of engagement of our team. So when people are engaged and they are full of energy, they generate interesting and creative ideas that move them and the company forward. So just also focusing on wellness promotes employee loyalty and commitment to the company. That's also something that we can measure, like retention and all this measurements. Well, and just to sum up, all this means that we better achieve greater results, and that's important.
Yeah. Okay. So let me go back to one of the earlier points, and talk a little bit about again COVID, because obviously COVID is a key kind of component to wellness, work-life balance issues across the globe right now. So was there anything that Exactpro learned during the COVID pandemic that it's actually implemented with respect to wellness, work-life balance issues within the business? You know, were there any lessons that you learned along the way?
Yeah, definitely. There were many interesting findings during the pandemic, and some of them actually were always there, but the COVID pandemic brought them forth. One of them is, I would like to share two main. And one of them is that problems don't appear in like just in a work environment. In fact, most of them appear outside of work. I mean, these are different personal issues, relationship with the partner, family, lifestyle, habits, like we can tell a lot about that, right? So therefore, we started focusing not only on what is happening at work, but also on what's behind the scenes by raising people awareness of the wellness area. And also we tried to give them instruments and ideas on how to manage work and personal life and how to find this balance we're talking about, how even to interact with their family members. So they can apply this outside of work and have a better quality of life. And another important conclusion that we have is that work and life balance and wellness is everyone's personal responsibility. There is no company that will resolve all personal issues and make one happy, right? Yeah. So our wellness and happiness is something that we should care about. We have an interesting observation during the COVID pandemic. It seems that the pandemic caused two completely opposite types of behavior. Some people started taking better care of themselves. They learned new habits that supported their physical and emotional state and tried to organize their life and work. And the other group wasn't ready to work on adapting to the new normal. And in fact, they might lose the benefits that they previously had when they were staying in a social environment, you know. Okay. And well,
so those two groups kind of moved in opposite directions almost.
Yes, right. Yeah. So and there are not a lot of people who are on the middle, you know. It's most of us are like almost everyone is on the side one, on the one side or on the other side. Yes, there is no something on the middle. Yes, and just to add here, our plan is to continue improving communication and interaction within the company. Implement new educational programs. We will continue definitely promoting the ideas of a healthy lifestyle and last but not least, personal responsibility.
Okay, well, that almost kind of preempts my final question to you, and that is what I wanted to put to you, Elena, before we finish off, is you know, how important is healthy is the wellness work-life balance going forward, and to what extent is Exactpro kind of looking further down the line and thinking about new systems, procedures, strategies to ensure that its employees are happy and healthy and loyal to the company, stay at the company, are motivated, etc. Because those are really key issues going forward, right?
Yes, right. And that is why we plan to support all aspects of well-being, social, physical, emotional, and financial. We already plan different courses for this year, like emotional intelligence, course about teamwork, and some other courses. We have just finished an internal time management course aimed to teaching us to use our time in a more efficient way. And during 3 weeks, people visited lectures and they did tasks that helped them to put new approaches into practice and even integrate them in their daily routine. And this year, hopefully, we will have a chance to get back to the office. And after almost a year of remote work, this might be another challenge for everyone, you know. Our plan is to conduct activities that will help mitigate potential social barriers, as well as to find a new balance by switching from the established policy of regularly visiting the office to something more flexible that will actually fit the concepts of the new reality.
And you might actually also end up with a happier workforce as well. When you give them greater autonomy, greater flexibility, you might end up with and certainly this is what I've found in conversation with a number of companies, is you end up getting greater buy-in from your employees as well, right? Greater commitment to the company.
Exactly. Because it's, you know, it's not great to stay at home all the time, or probably to go to the office every day. But if it's something flexible, something that you can manage, this adds a lot to our life. So when we have this opportunity to choose.
Yep, I agree, absolutely. Okay, Elena, let's leave it there. Thank you again for making the time to chat with me today. Good luck to you and to all your colleagues at Exactpro, and hopefully, fingers crossed, you will be seeing everybody in the office at some point in the future. But as you say, not every day, and it's an exciting opportunity for lots of people to find out where that balance is, whether, you know, how much time they're spending in the office or how much time they're spending at home, etc. And I suppose it's a kind of that's going to be up to everybody to find out exactly how that kind of plays out. But thank you for your time. I do appreciate it, and I look forward to catching up with you in the future.
Thank you. It was a very interesting conversation. Have a nice day.
And you. Thank you.